Welcome to this video tutorial involving tricky tangents. Really, it's the second tangent property that we had. Here's the problem. Given this figure, we are going to try to solve for the length of BC. Now, I encourage us to color code things as we go. It's just easiest to stay organized that way. So over here with point A, from our tangent segment properties, these two distances are going to be congruent. The distance from a point outside of a circle to the spot where its tangent line intersects the circle have to be congruent. Well, we're going to follow this idea around the circle as we go. So at point D, the distance from D to where that tangent is and D to where this tangent is, those have to be congruent. So we will label them as such, boom and boom, those things are congruent. We'll see what happens down at point C, where we draw in another set of these segments here and here. Those two are going to be congruents, and I will label them with the tick marks as well. You could just color code, that would work for us. And last but not least, we've got that point over at B. And with that point over at B, we know these two lengths that I'm putting in orange are going to have to be congruent as well. Now the point of this question, or this item, is for us to find the length of BC. Well, BC is what we have labeled as an orange and a green. To get an orange into play, I'm going to have to put AB in the picture. And to get a green in play, I'm going to have to put CD in the picture. So we're going to say that BC is going to equal AB plus CD. Now let's take a time out from writing the equation and just note what's happening from a color perspective. BC is an orange and a green glued together. AB, it's an orange and a blue glued together. CD is a magenta and a green glued together. So as we look at our equation, we want the orange, awesome. We want the green, that's great. But what we don't want the blue and we don't want the magenta. So we're going to have to subtract off whatever the blue is and whatever the magenta is. And conveniently look in the picture. A blue and a magenta combine to be AD, which is 30. So now that we have noted everything and we've canceled off the segments we don't want, AB would be 22, CD is 37, AD is 30. 22 plus 37 would be a 59 minus 30, and in the end, BC would be equal to 29. So keep track of things. I would encourage a color coding standpoint, but if you're not quite as visual on that sense, you have to at least have the labels and a justification for why your equation works. Keep track of this, and hopefully tricky tangents aren't so tricky after all.